Hello, welcome back to Paul's Racing Channel and to the Ultimate Racing League for round 7 of our BTCC GR4 Mazda Championship. We're in Spain, we're at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, and we're on the small national layout, so roughly 1.8 mile clockwise circuit. It's effectively sort of half of the GP layout. Short, technical and quirky, and that's not my co-commentators. That pretty much sums up this this track. So we'll see how they get on, these guys. Again, this is one of these tracks. I think I've covered it once before on my channel, but this is probably only the second time that I've covered this particular circuit. It doesn't get used a lot on championships, and I don't know why. It's quite a good little circuit, really. Most of the time, it's the full GP circuit that they use, but we're only on sort of the half of it, the Indy circuit, if you like, of this Catalunya track. So I think we'll just go through the championship points going into this this round, before we start race 1. So in first place at the moment is Stormflight on 318 points. Then we've got Motorstorm Hero on second in 267, Osman third, 231, and then there's quite a big gap back then to Willard in fourth on 184, myself, Paul, in fifth on 157, joint with Upper Million in sixth on 157. So the two teammates, actually, myself and him, on 157, and a point behind us is Archer in seventh on 156, and James Stephen in eighth on 154. So pretty close there between eighth and fifth place. It's all to play for there. And then ninth is Brian Moncani, 138 points, and in 10th you've got GMAC on 111. So that's the top 10 going into this round. So let's get this first 15-minute race underway, and let's go through this grid, shall we? So from the top, we've got Osman in pole position. We've got Stormflight in second place, Archer in third, Grasshopper in fourth, Paul in fifth, Bendit in sixth, Willard in seventh, Brian Moncani in eighth. Just the 8 cars here, so quite a shortened field of drivers. Quite a few not being able to make this round for various reasons, but we'll make do. I'm sure the entertainment will be still be just as good as it normally is. So here we go then. Let's get this first race away. So head down this long straight here in Barcelona. Look at the crowds, absolutely full to the brim as we head down. Now, what will happen is halfway down this straight, there'll be a right hand turn just here, and this is quite a tight, almost a hairpin tight. Someone's gone right out. Who's that? Oh, let's Bendit. He's missed his braking spot there, so he drops down to 8th. Means Brian's gone through. Willard there. He's got to change the colour, change the livery in this particular round. Willard decided to go with the Seat silver and yellow livery this time around. But up top, still got Osman leading it from Stormflight, from Archer, who's already picked up half a second. Grasshopper fourth, Paul in fifth, Willard sixth, Brian Moncani in seventh, and we know Bendit is in 8th. So it's not going to take me long to get through these drivers. Only 8 on the circuit, but I think the entertainment will still be just as good. You just know that these two out front, because we've got no Motorstorm Hero, remember. I think these two are going to be having a good battle. Osman and Stormflight are already leaving the rest behind as Grasshopper right up behind Archer, who's going to pull over to the right hand side and take that half a second off. That means Grasshopper's going to get third. Paul's going to follow him through as well. Up to fourth he goes, so Archer drops in 5th place. Willard's got half a second as well. Must have been out of the final corner that he's picked that up. Willard, you can get a penalty off that final corner if you take that. And Brian, so they probably both followed each other through that final corner. If you take too much of the curve on the left, it will give you that penalty. A little bit further up, we've got Grasshopper in 3rd place, being chased down by Paul. Now this is going to be pretty tough on the tyres. It was tough on the tyres last time out on the right hand side at Dragon Trail Gardens. This time it's going to be everything on the left hand side. Certainly the left front's going to be the issue. Oh, Stormflight He now grabs half a second. So yeah, the tyre is going to be pretty rough come the end of this race for some drivers. That front left being that clockwise circuit. Lots of right-handers. It's really that first one. It's going to do it. That one in the final corner is where you're going to be picking up a lot of wear. It's Grasshopper there. Stormfly's taking his off. Oh, Willard in the background also I see taking a penalty off. I think Brian might have even had one. They didn't they? They both did, didn't they? We see that, didn't we, earlier? So both of them had penalties they had to contend with, but they're at the back there anyway with Bendit in 8th place, but Grasshopper trying to catch up with the boys ahead of him. Stormfly's just fallen back. That's due to that penalty. So it's allowed Osman now to get away. But it has allowed Grasshopper to maybe have a look to see if he can get second place off of Stormfly. But yeah, Motorstorm Hero, one of our drivers, is not here, along with some others, of course. So Motorstorm, who's up there in second place in the championship, third place even, whatever it is, it's he's going to be, again, losing some valuable points here from the 3 races we've got coming up for you. Stormfly, you've got to be careful as well, taking that last chicane, really tricky part of the circuit. I'll be honest, this is not a favourite of my tracks, and there you go, I'll pick one up through there. I don't like this circuit, mate. I don't like GP. I don't like the Catalunya circuit in general, not just this national one, but even the main one. I do actually think on the main circuit, the first part of it is the best part. This second part is very a little bit nudgy, isn't it? A little bit, say, technical, a little bit twisty. So first part of it is quite quick and flowing. You get into all the tighter stuff. So not one of my personal favourites, but we have to drive what we're given in terms of venues. So our leader, Osman, then, looking comfortable out there. I think he's getting away from Stormfly here, certainly. We're only 4.5 minutes in, nearly 5 minutes in. So almost a third of the way through this race, but so it's plenty of time for Stormfly to catch up, but at the moment just can't live with Osman. At least not yet anyway, depends. We know it's quite easy to pick up a penalty, as you can see, so could be anybody's, couldn't it, as Paul comes over to take off that penalty. He's going to allow Archer to close right in. I don't think Archer is good enough to take Paul down here at turn 1, but he does allow him to draw right away into his back of his car. So really close here between these two now. 2 Mazda 3s. Willard on his own a little bit there in 6th. Brian some way off him in 7th, and Bendit still in 8th. So Paul then into this tight left-hander. It's Willard. And actually, we have actually got 7 cars now. Bendit's actually disappeared. So what's happened to Bendit? Is he gone into? Did he have some issue there? Maybe when he ran wide at turn 1, right at the start of the race, maybe there was an issue there with something. He's had to come in and retire from the race, whatever it is. He's not out there anymore. So, well, we're down to 7 now. Let's hope we don't lose any more. Otherwise, we're going to be very short of the field, aren't we? Look at this from Archer, still trying to attack Paul. Paul really defends, goes really tight, Paul, into that first corner. Can't allow Archer to get past, but you'll see already, look at my tyre up front left is not great. We're only 7 minutes in, so only kind of halfway through, and that's not looking good already. And you'll see by the end of the race what happens. It felt absolutely dreadful for me. Oh, and there you go. And there's half a second for our leader, Osman. He's got more than half a second, obviously, between himself and Stormflight, but he's got one anyway, so it's not going to make any difference at all, is it? This might allow, of course, is Grasshopper to close in on Stormflight. And Osman, really. Osman's taking his off now. Here you go. Stormfly is two, and now look at Grasshopper. He's obviously not got one, so he's going to have a lovely run. Stormfly, I don't think he's really close enough for a move down here at turn one. No, he's not. Oh, some glitching there as well, but some bad glitching there, in fact. Did have a little bit going on that night, didn't we? It's, yeah, not good at the moment, they're glitching. Go back to this battle because I can't really watch that. It's a little bit going on Archer's car as well. Did have a little spell of that, I think, during our race where the glitching just momentarily came and went. Still jumping around a little bit. I'll stick with this just a minute. There's a lot of it going on at the moment, isn't there? Archer trying to look to get past Paul, and can he got the opportunity now? Paul runs. I thought he ran a little bit wide there, but Archer's going to sit behind him. So setting it up maybe for a long start or finish line after turn, final turn. 11 turns here. So through the chicane, you can take some of that. Just got to be a little bit careful not to take too much. And on the exit of this as well, you can pick up yourself a penalty. And good run from Archer. Paul really is struggling to. Yeah, look at his tyres, terrible already. He's going to be going backwards, Paul, when he is already down to fifth now. He's going to be going backwards those tyres. Look at the difference in tyres from, mind you, he's on mediums, to be fair, Archer. Paul's on the soft, but Paul's going to be struggling now because he's going to be falling into Willard's territory soon, and he's on mediums as well. Clearly, at the moment, the mediums are faring a lot better than what the softs are. So Paul could go all the way back here. He could fall right the way back to the back here. It's Brian Mancani he's on softs, but he's got more left on his tyres. So Paul's in not a good way at the minute in terms of being able to hold this lot behind him. The way it's going, he could drop to the back of the field into 7th place because he's only going to be going backwards as things stand with these tyres the way they are. Terrible. Look at this now. Really struggling to get the thing going forward here at the moment. Osman's all right out in front with Stormfly still in second, Grasshopper third, so pretty spaced out there at the top. No real dramas up there. Chelo getting away, and Willard is going to have a go at Paul down here at turn one, exactly the same place as where Archer took him a lap earlier. Paul's going to hold on, but is he going to run it wide? He is. Can't get it stopped at all. There you go. That's an easy pass in the end for Willard. Paul just overshot that due to the lack of grip he had in front of the car. So down to 6th he goes. So Paul really struggling out there. Now, 2/3 of the race through now. And it's all just about getting what you can grab now. You know, it's clearly not going to be catching the guys that passed you. We're about trying to, if anything, trying to keep Brian behind you, but even that might be a challenge. But he's obviously struggling as well on those soft tyres, Brian, so maybe Osman's on softs. I don't know how he keeps his tyres like that, but he's got half a second there, which he's going to have to take off next time round. Holds the fastest lap as well, 1:13.8. Stormfly also on softs, and it's pretty good, these softs, aren't they? And they're all on about half. Grasshoppers on there as well, so all on about half a tread there. And we've got mediums that are looking a lot better. Archer 4th, Willard 5th. And Paul again, running it wide, got nothing now. He can't, and Brian's on him, and that's it. Paul's got nothing left on his front left at all now. He's gone, so he's going to be losing it to Brian. Brian's going to, Paul's trying to defend, maybe too much there, but then he just lets Brian go. He said, you know what, Brian, go, because I can't grab anything here. just can't get it going forward at the moment. It's not hooking up at all at the moment with hopefully races 2 and 3 will be a bit better. Of course, use the soft tyres, and that does mean that Paul can use the medium in the mediums in the other 2 races, but should be a little bit better. But this is, look, he's struggling to get it turned, and he's still got 3-4 minutes of this left, so he could be a long way behind these guys by the time the checker flag comes out. Look, he really can't get it turned, struggling with everything, and again wide at the chicane, just can't get it going. Almost going half speed now, struggling to get anything to work properly now, and they're leaving him. They're just leaving him for dead out there at the moment. Osman out front with Stormfly. Hopefully the glitching has cleared itself. We had a couple of laps there where it was pretty bad. Stormfly in second. Looks like this could be how it's going to finish, although Stormfly looks to be catching Osman a little bit. His closing stages. Maybe Osman's tyres, maybe he's just feeling them a little bit now, but Stormfly is certainly catching Osman, so maybe it's not over at the top here with a minute and a half left. Grasshopper, I think, looks like he's settled to third. To fourth. Been under pressure from Willard, who looks like he's always pushing hard. He's Willard, but he's a bit too hard maybe, but they're looking pretty good. Half a second though, so that's going to drop him back off the back of Archer. So Archer is going to grab that fourth, I think, and keep that fourth. And Brian Moncani, not much left on his tyres either, but into the last minute. Paul, well, he's going half speed here, literally at a snail's pace. They're gone, can't even see the other drivers now. They've gone out of sight, going around the turn 1. But Osman, let's stick with them because this could be. It's going to take 30 seconds for him to get around this bit, but possibly, we'll see, this might be the final lap. We'll stick with them just in case. They might get another one out of this time. Into like the last 10 seconds now, so might be alright. Maybe not, actually. No, this might well be it. He could well nab it here. Yeah, he has. Final lap. Osman gets it. Congratulations. Stormfly in second. Grasshopper in third, so it's really only them 3 that was ever going to be the top 3, wasn't it? And Archer, he's going to grab the 4th place. With Willard coming in 5th. There he is. Brian. Nothing either on his tyres, but he's going to take 6th place there, and then myself, Paul, he's going to eventually come in 7th. I just need to push to get me around this final corner. So not a great race from Paul there in the end, but good race up front there. Good race by everybody, and well, that's race 1 out of the way. Races 1 and 2 coming up soon. Join me for them, and I'll see you then. Bye for now.